I'm going to be making some autumn themed UV resin pendants today, and Let's Resin have very kindly sent me out their cordless UV light to try out, and they've also sent me out the dark coloured UV resin kit. So let's pop some of these bits to the side for a minute and let's get this unboxed. So first of all, you get a very lovely detailed instruction manual, as always, from Let's Resin. So pop that to one side and let's get this out. Very nicely packaged. Pop this out the middle here and then pop that to one side. Right, so first of all, it's got a lovely weight to it, like that. And oh, that's the lead. So let's just pop that open. So that's the charging cable that you get with it, and that's the USB-C, similar to the new iPhones. So that's quite a nice lead there. Right, let's get some of this plastic off, I think. Pop that to one side. Oh, got charge in it already. Lovely. Right, I think I'll take this bottom plastic off, but to stop any resin and sticky fingers, yeah, I'm going to leave that piece of plastic on, and then that will protect the button. Right, so I think the best way to talk about this lovely piece of kit is to do some UV, and then we can talk about it as we go. First of all, I'm just going to get all these lovely UV resin colours ready. So again, nice user manual there for the UV. And these bottles, you get the lids that come with these, and they're all sealed up inside. So I'll just get all these ready, break that seal, pop the lids on, and then we're good to go. So I'm going to start off by adding some of these colours into this mould here. Just going to do it quite random, just to fill up the base layer of this mould. So that was the brown. This one's the orange. And then we're going to add the dark brown, some of that into there, and some more of that one up the top there, making sure it's going around that little bobbly bit that makes the hole. And then the light orange, so just creating a bit of a background. I think that will do. Just going to make sure I go around the edges, pop any bubbles that might be lurking, and I'm just going to give that a quick torch, burst those bubbles on the top. And then I've got these skeleton leaves. I've got this bronzy colour one and a gold one, so I thought I'd lay those into there. So that's that first one, and let's cut that one down, chop some of that one off, and then put that one in there. They're going to fit, yep. Right, and then we're just going to cure that. So this lovely bit of kit, you can adjust this to different heights, high, low, really low. But personally, when I'm doing UV, I like to start off higher. if you heat up the UV too quickly, it tends to either warp or bubble. So we're just going to give that 2 minutes on that higher setting, and then I'll see you back when that's cured. So now that's all cured, I'm just going to go in with the Let's Resin UV Resin Clear Hard type, and we're just going to top it all up, fill up the rest of that mould with the clear. Then we'll get this cured for another 2 minutes, and then we'll do the underside for 2 minutes as well. So let's just do the same. Make sure that you've gone around the edges, popped any bubbles, and then we're just going to give that a quick torch, pop any of those bubbles there. And then same again, just going to cure that for 2 minutes. This one's all cured up now, so let's pop this one out and see how it's looking. Lovely, like that. Right, so what should we do next? Let's bring in a different shape. And I think for this one, I've got this, it's a Cosmic Shimmer Gilding Flakes. And there's lots of different lovely autumny colours in there. So let's use this one. And I'm just going to add some of these flakes to the bottom of this mould. Let's pick out some of these colours. Got some gold, some of this coppery colour here. Come on, I think let's get some tweezers, that might be better. Don't want that much. Break some of this up, and some of that bit there. Pop that out the top there. What other colours have we got? Oh, we've got some copper in there. Pop that down there, and then we're just gonna burnish that on to the mould. So I'm just going to keep covering the bottom of this with these flakes. So while I'm doing this, I'll also mention that this lovely lamp, once it's fully charged, it lasts for 3 to 4 hours once fully charged, and it also takes roughly the same amount of time to charge up. These flakes don't seem to be sticking very well. So I think what we'll do is, I'm just going to add some of the UV resin and swish that around, and then add some more of the flakes, I think. Let's just pop some in. Oh, not that many. Take that big chunk out. Let's put that to one side because that's got resin on it now. Let's get some smaller pieces. And let's get a silicone tool, and we'll just do it that way instead. So just giving that bottom a nice coat of all those gorgeous colours, and then just top that up just a little bit more, and pop any bubbles that might be on the top there. And then the same again, we're just going to cure that on both sides for 2 minutes. So that's all cured now on top and bottom. So I'm going to add some more of the UV resin. Just fill that all up now, making sure to go around that outer bit there. I might have over poured that, but that would be okay. And then same again, just going to pop those bubbles, get rid of those. And then I've got this charm that I've taken the loop off the bottom, And I'm just going to set that into the middle there, and then push that down. Get rid of any bubbles that I've now introduced into that resin. And I don't mind if it doesn't cover all of the charm, because it will give it some texture. But I think it probably pretty much is covering everywhere. Right, so I'm just going to give that another quick torch now. And then same again, cure that for 2 minutes. That one's all cured now. So let's pop this one out. See how that one's looking. It's pretty, I like that one. Right, and this is so handy just to have on the side and just to keep moving it over when you're ready with it. Love that. Right, what shall we do next? Oh, I've got a Magic Pour blank that I had left over from the other day. So I think what we'll do is we'll stamp this one up with some Stays On ink, and we'll use this tree stamp. So just pop that ink on there, and this is the jet black, and we'll stamp up this image onto there. Give that a good wiggle and a jiggle. There, beautiful. And I've got these leaves in here, so we'll just let that dry off for a couple of minutes, and then we'll put some of these leaves on this one. Now that's all nice and dry, I'm just going to put a thin layer of the UV just over the top of that, and then just move that around. I'm not worried about it being, well, yeah, let's take it to the edges actually and get that started off. So I'm not worried about doming it just yet. I just want a base for these leaves to stick to. So now I'm just going to add some of these leaves onto these branches. Just pop those in random places. And while I'm doing this, I will mention that Let's Resin are celebrating their 7-year birthday, and to celebrate they are doing a discount on their tools with 15% off, and that's from the 15th to the 21st of September. So still got a couple of days left to grab a bargain there. And if you do miss the sale, then I do have discount code in my description box anyway for you to grab. So right, that's all covered with the leaves as much as I want, I think. So now I'm just going to top it back up with some more of the UV resin, and this time we can get a nice dome on here. So those leaves might move, but that's okay. It will just look like they're falling off the trees. So just going to take this all the way to the edge and get a dome on there. Pop that bubble there. Just flick it over the edge, and as long as you haven't put too much on, it will stay. Right, I think I'll just add, oops, if I take the lid off, add a little bit more. Pop that bubble there. Just pushing those leaves down so they're flat onto the base of that magic pour. There we go. And then I'm just going to give that a quick zap with my torch, pop any bubbles, and then we're going to cure that for 2 minutes. So that's that one all finished now. So that's looking lovely, like that. Right, so let's just do one last one. And I've got this lovely washi tape, which is lovely and autumny looking. So I've used this one as a template, and I've just cut out one of the images from that washi tape. So I'm going to use the Let's Resin mica powder in the dark green, and I'm going to brush on this mica powder straight onto the mold here. Get all those covered, all those side covered, get all those sides covered as well, and burnish that in and get that in there. I'll just put a little bit more in there. So that's that all covered. Let's just pop the lid on before I knock that one over. And then I'm just going to do a really thin layer on the bottom with the UV resin. So just spreading that all around that base there. I'm just going to use my silicone tool just to push that all the way to the edges. Get a nice base down. Pop that bubble there. Right, and then I'm just going to give that a quick zap with my torch, pop any bubbles, and then we're going to cure that for 2 minutes. So now that layer's all cured, I can put this washi tape on. So just going to peel the back off of this, if I can separate it. Oh, nearly, oh, there we go. And then we're just going to lay that into there, and then push that down. Lovely. And then, yes, I should have gloves on, but I'm going to be ever so careful. And I'm just going to give this now a top coat. So just filling in the rest of that mould now with the clear. And then pop those bubbles. Let's just give that one a zap first of all. There we go. And then just using my torch, I'm just going to pop any bubbles that might still be there. And then I'm going to cure both sides for 2 minutes with this lovely lamp. This is all cured now, so we can pop this one out. So that's looking lovely, like that. Right, so to finish these off, I've got some pinch bails and some gold chains. So I'm just going to open up these pinch bail here, just separate that open, and then that needs to be opened a bit more. Open that up a bit more, and then one side through each hole, and then give that a squeeze. That's looking lovely. And then we just need to add our chain. So pop that through there, and then we can do that back up. So that's our first one all finished. Beautiful. like that. Very pretty. So I'll just quickly do these other ones and just pop you on a fast forward while I do these. Right, so that's all my 4 pendants all finished. I think this one's my favourite. I think I like that one the best. What do you think? Pop it on there. It's lovely, that one. I like that. So I've thoroughly enjoyed using this light today. It's got a lovely weight to it, lovely and portable. Ideal if you want to take it out and do a bit of crafting on the move. Absolutely thoroughly enjoyed that. So there's my 4 pendants, my little autumn themed pendants. So thank you ever so much for watching my video today, and stay tuned for the pictures at the end, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.